Let's go ahead and get started. Starting standing. Shake the wiggles off, get some movement out before we rest and relax. So standing about shoulder length distance. Always love to encourage you to blink your eyes closed if that's comfortable. Let your arms hang heavy by your side. Let's take a full breath in, filling the chest, filling the belly, filling the lungs. And nice and slow, let that breath out. One more full breath in. Slow breath out. Let's breath in, let's bring our arms in with hips, reaching them up overhead. Breathe in. And exhale, bring your hands down to your hand space. Deep breath in. Exhale, let your hands fall to your side. We'll do just a few more of those as we get started. Inhale, bring the arms out and up. Lengthen through the spine as you breathe in. And a slow exhale through center. Pause. Midway through. Deep breath in, lift the chest. Exhale, let your hands fall to your side. Good. One more like that. So 2 more full breaths. Inhale, sweep the hands up overhead, lengthen, stretch tall. And exhale, hands to your heart space. Breathe in, lift the chest up towards your thumbs. And exhale, hands down by your side. Okay, let's roll out through the wrists. We started over. And then let's go ahead and find a nice wide stance here. We're going to bend from the hips first. We've got your yoga blocks if you need them to go in front of you, or we're just going to find a nice forward fold here. Since it is the beginning of class, I am going to ask that you bend those knees to save the hamstrings. Belly is between the thighs. Find as wide as a stance as you'd like here. Just breathe. I'm going to throw some options here at you, but if you prefer staying here in stillness, that is a beautiful way to express this. If you'd like, maybe you shift your weight from one foot to the other. This will then straighten, bend the legs, just getting a little bit of movement here. You can pause and hold. You can move with your breath. That's the options here. Another option, if you would like to try it, tailbone is up to the northernmost part of this bend, and then we're going to take the hands, place them down at your low back area. If you'd like, you can interlace your fingers. You might already be feeling some things in the shoulder here. But if you want to open up through the chest, get a little bit more there, you can bring the fist towards the front of your mat. Just brushing it up towards the sky. Very good. And you can stay in stillness if you want to, challenge that balance a little bit. It felt good to shift side to side with the legs. And sprinkle that in here too. Your choice. Relax the muscles in your face. And tightness you might be holding on to there. Deep breath in. And exhale, let your grasp go back to the low back. You found it, and then arms can dangle down towards the ground. Breath in. And as you breathe out, let's walk the feet towards one another. Big toes maybe touch. Yoga blocks can come a little bit closer. We're just going to find a gentle halfway lift here. Halfway lift is just find a flat spine and engage in those core abdominal muscles. You can place your hands on your blocks, or on your thighs, or on your calves. Your choice. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, keep a gentle bend in the knees. And we're just going to find a forward fold here. Find your breath in and out. And halfway lift with your next inhale. And exhale deep into your belly. You're welcome to keep this variation. If you'd like to get a little bit of a twist in with it, let's find a halfway lift. Maybe place your hands on your block. We're going to start with the left hand stays down. Right arm is going to spin open to the sky. You might be finding that you want a little bit of a wider stance. That usually feels a little better for me. So you can find that. And then twist from the shoulders. Breathe in, reach the right arm to the sky. And exhale, let's swap them out. Right hand down, left hand comes up. And take that breath in. One more breath in. Exhale back to your forward fold. Deep breath in. And I'm not gonna nice forward line stance. We're gonna come down to a yogi squat here. Bend the knees. And just sit on up. The yoga block you need a seat for you. That's a little bit more comfortable. I want you to just open up through the chest, through the hips. Just for a couple moments. This does not feel good to you. We are going to go to child's pose next. So you can go ahead and lead us there. Deep breath in. And exhale, let's come out. As promised, we will go to the child's pose. So bring your knees nice and wide on your mat. Big toes maybe touch behind you. Bolster is always here for an option under the belly if you'd like to do that here. And go ahead and walk arms out towards the top of your mat. If the shoulders are tight today, move your arms to more of a Y shape and straight up. And let's take a number of breaths. I'd like to give a couple options that you can add on here. Again, if you want to just remain in stillness and enjoy how this feels, that's an awesome option for you today. You want to work some side bends in here. We're going to take the hands, walk them off the right side of the mat first, keeping the lower half of the body the same. Simply just arching the arms up and to the right. Might feel some openness to the rib cage and left side body. Deep breaths here. Breathe in. Walk back to center with your exhale. Breathe in. Exhale, walk your hands off the left side and the left. Settle into your space here. Bringing awareness of where you feel this in the body. Breathe in. And walk back to center for the breath. Take a couple of breaths here. And when you're ready, we'll come up to all fours.
tabletop position and start to open up a little bit through the hips and the spine. When you're ready, we're going to get right into cat-cows. Exhale, round through the spine, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. And inhale, drop the belly, look forward. Move with your breath. Exhales, round the spine. Inhale, belly drops. Deep breath in. One more. You can keep that spinal flexion if you'd like. I do always like to offer it, or not always, but I want to offer it today the gate pose option. So starting with whichever leg, we're just going to bring it straight out from the hip joint and do about 2 of each here with your breath. So exhale to your cat. Inhale to your cat. So you're ready, just go ahead and stretch out. Once you feel balanced, come back to tabletop for just a moment. Deep breath in, elongate through the spine. And exhale, stay here. Then we're going to spin around to our seat for the next new position. Start off sitting nice and tall here. However is comfortable for you to sit. We're going to reach the hands up with the inhale. And then as you exhale, take the right arm towards the back of the room. The left arm is just going to come towards this right knee. Twist from the shoulders. Maybe turn, look over the right shoulder. And then out. On your next inhale, spin back to the center. Extend your arms up overhead. And exhale the other direction. Left arm goes back behind. Turn, look over the left shoulder. One more breath in here. Out. Inhale, spin back towards center, arms high. Exhale, hands to your heart space. All right, we're going to twist right and left one more time. I want to offer some different lower body positions if you'd like, but you're welcome to keep your legs as they are or any other way that's comfortable for you. All right, we're going to turn to the right first. So if you'd like, extend the legs out, bend at the right, or bend your right leg, and then just cross it over and straight. We're going to inhale, sit up nice and tall. Right arm is going to spin up and back. And then this left elbow maybe hooks over the right knee. We're just going to find that twist from the shoulders once more. Find your breath. Deep breath in. Stay for the full breath out. Slowly come back to the center. Arms raise up overhead. Both legs go long. You just find a gentle seated forward fold here. Tucking the chin towards the chest, maybe. One more breath in. And stay for the breath out. Very good. Raise up to seated. Bending at the left knee this time. Crossing over the straight leg. And reach the arms up. Left arm is going to spin back over. And find your hold here. Inhale. Stay. Very exhale. Exhale. Inhale to center. Arms up high. Feet extend in front of you and find another forward fold here. This time, if you did, or if you didn't the other time, I encourage you to try to tuck the chin towards the chest. Activate some tiny upper neck muscles and release some tension there. Inhale, sit up straight. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together here. Keep some space between your ankles and the groin area. This is going to give a little bit more openness. Bolster and blocks can always come under the belly. We're just going to go ahead and travel forward into forward fold. Find a place where you can let the shoulders relax, whether you're putting the bolster under your shoulder, under your elbows, perhaps on blocks. And then tucking the chin towards the chest again, find full release. Perfect. Stay open your breath out. Up to seated. Keep your right foot bent and extend the left leg. This time you can reposition a little bit. We're going to focus on the extended leg. So inhale, stretch your arms up overhead, and then turn the shoulders so they can pivot towards your toes. Bending at your hips, go ahead and fall forward towards the toes on your extended leg, knowing that blocks and bolster are there for support. So here, just find your breath. Breathe in. Take a breath out. Slowly to the seat. Sometimes in this posture, I feel imbalanced if we don't do the other legs. Let's turn the shoulders towards your right knee this time. And just find a little bend. may not be feeling much on this side. So maybe you try pointing your toes that extend the leg. Maybe try flexing those toes. Maybe point the toes to the right. Point the toes to the left. And release the foot. Rebuild up to a tall seat. Inhale, send your hands up overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart space. Let's go ahead and get set up on the other side. Extending the right leg. Left foot comes in. Just as we did on the other side, we're going to go towards the straight leg first. Inhale, hands up to the sky, lengthen that spine, and then pivot your shoulders to frame your toes. Folding nice and slow from the hip, bending the knee if you need to. Let's travel towards the toes. Deep breath in. Stay for a nice slow breath out. Your next inhale, rise up and stretch up overhead. Inhale, return, bring the knee, and hold here. Nice gentle breath. Noticing where you feel this in your body. If you don't feel a whole lot in that shape leg, maybe you try, as you did on the other side, point the toes. Flexing toes. Maybe one. Right. Flex that leg. Deep breath in. Stay for your breath out. Slow build to a tall seat. Extend your hands up overhead, big breath in. Both legs extend out and a wide leg forward fold, and go ahead and travel down to center. We won't be here too long. Find your release. Drop the chin towards the chest, maybe. Release the tension in your jaw. Inhale, come up right to a nice tall seat. Hold and release a hand towards the chest. Curl up to a tiny little balls. Lay nice and tight. We're going to make our way to our back. As you come to your mat, if you keep the knees close to the chest, and the stillness feels good for you. For some of us, a gentle rock side to side might feel good to the low back. And if you found that rock and roll side to side, let's take the knees all the way to the right side of the body. And we're just going to gently let them fall. For a gentle supine twist here, knees are pointed to the right side of your body. Check in with your shoulders here. Relax the left shoulder. And maybe turn, look towards the left side of the room. So full deep breaths in these spaces. in. And a full breath out. And your feet nice and slow. Gather your knees up towards midline again. If you'd like to rock and roll in between, you may. Or you can just go ahead and bring the knees right on over to the left side of your mat. And check in with the shoulders. Let the right shoulder relax a little bit. And maybe turn look to the right side of the room. Finding your variation of this twist. Wait for your breath out. Gently bring your knees back in towards center. Rock and roll body feels nice. Got a couple other supine options here. You're always welcome to do another round of that supine twist if that feels good for you. This next one is called shoelace. It's a little bit hard to describe, so you may have to we'll go here. Both feet come on the ground. We're going to start with the right leg on top. Take the right leg, cross it over at the knee. Now the goal here is to get to those ankles. So maybe you pull the knees up towards the chest first. And then almost as if you were tightening the shoelace. That's where the name comes from. Grab onto maybe the outer edges of the feet, maybe your big toe, your ankles. And we're not really pulling too hard. You're just letting gravity do a little bit of work here for you. Might be feeling it through the outer edges of the thighs. Again, our goal is to let gravity work here. So bring your awareness to your shoulders, let them relax. Exhale and tightness between your eyebrows. And going to get a deep breath in. And go ahead and let go of the feet on your breath out. As you bring your feet back to your mat, bring them wide to the edges and then find a windshield wiper with the knees. A couple times in either direction. Then bring the soles of the feet back about shoulder width distance or so apart. And then we're going to take the left leg and cross it up and over the right. And take your time here. We're different left to right, so this may be a little bit more accessible, maybe a little bit less accessible than the other side, and that is okay. Find some sort of this posture that you can maintain for a number of breaths. Give yourself permission to release. Just be in this space. Release your breath on your out. Find your windshield wiper here if you'd like. Nice and slow, side to side. These are all of the postures I have to offer you. I myself am going to get to a nice supported fish for my Shavasana. If you'd like to, you can grab your posture and do that as well. Or find whatever shape you'd like for the final few minutes of class. Get nice and comfy. I've given us plenty of time to really release and breathe for these final moments. So do yourself a favor. Give yourself permission to do just that. Together, we take a deep breath in and a full breath out to release. Gentle and slow, and we ready to up to the beat of fingers, with a wiggle of toes. Like perfection, yoga, ankles of wrists. And let's slowly make our way up to the seat. Slowly and mindfully, let's come off that bolster. Press yourself up. Welcome to keep your eyes closed for the final few minutes. As we gather in a nice tall seat here, let's take a deep breath in together, stretching your arms high up overhead, lengthening the spine. And deep cleansing exhale, bring your hands down to your heart space. Place your left hand over your heart, right hand over the left for just a few moments. Good job today. That oftentimes the quietness, the silent time in your shavasana may be a little bit more difficult, even though you're technically not doing much. But if you found yourself reminding yourself, come back to your breath, come back to shavasana. Great job, you meditating today. As you feel the beat in your heart, be grateful for that life within you. May there be peace in the mind, strength in the body, and love in the heart. Namaste. Bye, Chelsea. Merry Christmas.
Bye, Merry Christmas.